And welcome on board. We kick off with the looming health care crisis, where healthcare workers' unions have insisted they will not relent in their pursuit to ensure the collective bargaining agreement signed in 2017 is implemented despite the threats of arrest by police over their demonstrations. KMPDU, KUKO and KNMLO officials in a joint press statement said they will continue with their planned demonstrations on Tuesday as planned in Nairobi County. Our reporter Mesh Musimbi covered that story and she brings us the latest.
Comrades, viva! Viva! Comrades, power!
Power! Davji Atela, the Kenya Medical Practitioners Pharmacist Dentist Union Secretary General, has announced that the union has sued Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome. While speaking to the press on Monday, the Secretary General noted that this was after IG's remarks and threats issued on Sunday. Atela emphasized that no threats, victimization or intimidation will make the doctors call off their strike. He stated that the union and the government should meet to come up with a working agreement.
As KMPDU and other civil societies, we've already proceeded to court against the defamatory action and statement that was released yesterday. So I think as a union and as the civil societies, will serve the AG onto that, because the IG on that, because he can't contravene the Constitution. Everybody, every Kenyan is below the Constitution, and we are all up to comply. On the flip side, I want to say that the government is the one on strike. All these public health sector unions, KMPDU, KUKO and KUMLO, we are all saying we are ready to meet. But it's the government that has continuously been on strike.
The medic remarked that IG cannot contravene the Constitution and issue threats rather than offer an amicable solution.
When healthcare workers who are peacefully demonstrating and exercising their rights as per the Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya, he comes and starts threatening us. That is, he gets strength in that area. We are telling him tomorrow at 9 a.m. we shall be on the road and we shall sing, yes. We shall use vuvuzelas, yes. We shall use whistles, yes. We shall dance, we shall play music, yes. Make noise, for whatever, and sleep on the road, yes. For whatever thing that will happen. Yes. We will not be coward and we will do what we want under the Constitution.
Atela reiterated that KMPDU and other unions were ready to meet with the stakeholders to come up with a solution and end the strike, which has left hospitals unattended and patients lacking critical care.
We will have to sit and have a return to work agreement that actually spells out protections of the collective bargaining agreement that was signed. There is no any other way out of it. They may fire all of us as they have alluded. They may kill all of us. They may try to sack all of us. But we keep on saying that there's nothing other than negotiation that will make it possible to suspend these strikes.
Additionally, Atela noted that it was counterproductive to bring in foreign doctors who end up failing the set test. He also gave the example of Kenyatta University Teaching Referral and Research Hospital, which had recruited foreign doctors to fill in the gap.
We saw in Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital, where the hospital decided to import doctors or to import consultants. Today, in the interview that was being done by KMPDC or by Medical Council, all the doctor foreigners that were brought in failed the test except one. It means that this craft, these specialties that doctors are offering in the different hospitals, the craft that they've mastered over time, they cannot be replaced by picking doctors or picking people on the street or picking quacks everywhere.
He urged the government to stop putting the lives of patients at risk by failing to meet their demands. Atela reiterated that negotiations were only way to end the ongoing strike.
So it means that when the government is trying to threaten us, they're actually risking the lives of patients. Yes. And we do not know to what extent these doctors who are engaged to TRH risk those particular patients that they are having. So it's very clear. They should know that by the time they're taking a stance that we have to suspend our strikes before we engage, it is Kenyans who are suffering. Yes. They should also know that it took the Cubans 2 years to be able to practice in Kenya. It is not that easy. And as KMPDU, as all the unions, we have said that there's no amount of threats, no amount of victimizations or intimidation that will make us suspend this particular strike.
Meanwhile, IG Koome on Sunday lamented that the striking doctors were becoming a nuisance by blowing whistles and vuvuzelas in the streets.
We will not relent. We will be on the streets. If there's any law against vuvuzelas and whistles, we need to be ready for. And they need to take it to court, not just writing statements.
He also complained that those doctors lying on roads and pavements were disrupting traffic. Koome therefore called upon all police commanders to deal with this disturbance firmly across the nation.
Mungu tunaomba msamaha kwa sababu tumeacha wagonjwa wetu kwa hospitali bila madaktari. Baba, tunataka kuleta hii serikali yako ambayo ulichagua wewe mwenyewe. Unajua president, unajua minister, unajua viongozi wote ambao wamekataa kutimiza ile CBA ya madaktari. Mungu Baba, tunaomba katika jina la Yesu uweze kuwasaidia kuwapatia ile huruma ya binadamu ili waweze kutatua mashida ya madaktari, waweze kupost interns, walipia madaktari fees ambao wako shule wakisoma ili tuweze kurudi hospitalini, tuweze kuhudumia wagonjwa wetu. Tunaomba hao machache kwa jina la Yesu na kuamini.
Koome further cautioned medics to avoid contravening the constitution by failing to inform police of their demonstration plans. The KMPDU Secretary General, however, dismissed these positions.
16th, as per the notice that we already provided, we will be on the streets demonstrating. All the health sector unions. I know we'll be joined by our sisters and brothers in the nurses. We are going to be the clinical officers, the laboratory technicians, and the doctors. We will be going down from the park to Ministry of Health and to the Parliament and then to COG. We will even be joined by morticians. So we will not relent.
Kenyans condemned the remarks from IG, including the KMPDU chairperson Abidan Mwachi, who highlighted how Koome was aggravating the situation in Kenya. Mwachi also sought the attention of President William Ruto to resolve the matter at the time when the head of state was condemning the attacks on Israel by Iran.
There is no court order that has criminalized the Constitution. There is no court order that has criminalized Article 37. And therefore, regardless of what is happening in other sectors, all the rights in the Constitution will still be observed. And so we have not seen any court order saying that we have now suspended Article 37 of the Constitution. No, he is out of order.
We are determined to ensure that we can take the health sector to the next level in terms of the changes that we want. We are not willing to relent. If anyone is thinking that by using the government machinery to continue intimidating healthcare workers and sending condescending statement to the media or releasing press, trying to instill fear to the public that we will change, we are not going to change. I think what we are saying is that everything that we have presented to the government in our strike notice are all of them achievable, and in any case, one way or the other, they are in their own blueprints. So we are only asking them to meet their end of promises and also bargain, because we have agreement with them. Now, if they are not willing to implement what they promised Kenyan to enhance services, so we want to say categorically that we are not going to relent. Specifically the AG statement, which is actually following up a statement by the Kindiki last week, which they are trying to intimidate and cowards that we should not go for protest. We are saying we are not contemners of any court order, and we have not breached any constitution article on the constitution. If there is any, they will have mentioned. So stop fabricating and sending information that are lies. We are determined to bring the change we want.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Mesh Msimbi.